Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. I am so excited to have you all here with me on this Monday morning. Very glad to be back. Obviously, with Joe, we've had the show off air for over a week at this point because my father passed away. And so, as my father has transitioned to heaven, I just want to say thank you to everyone that supported me throughout this very, very challenging time of my life. I just want to say thank you. I can't thank you enough. Words can't even express my gratitude towards each and every one of you for the calls, the flowers, the text messages, the inbox messages, the videos, everything, you name it. I am just so grateful. So I am here today with Casey Towns. How are you, Casey?
I'm fantastic. I really am. Good Monday to you. Great Monday to you.
Yes, yes. And it is a great Monday. And it's a great honor to be able to continue to do whatever God has us all purpose to do here on this side of earth. So today we're talking with Casey Towns, business coach, life coach, and author. And so we're going to be learning a lot about his journey today. And I'm encouraging you all to invite your friends, your family, your coworkers to be a part of today's broadcast in the studio. Go ahead and tag your friends. You know, it's been a little bit over a week, so I'm going to give you a second to get into your virtual seats and tag your friends right away. Let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show is on the air today, and we have our special guest, Casey Towns, right here in the studio audience with us. So we're going to go ahead and kick today's show off. Casey, can't wait to learn more about you and your journey and help all of these people that are watching today balance some aspect of their lives. Maybe if they transition from military back to civilian life and business, entrepreneurship, author, you name it. It's a lot of things that you're going to be talking to us today about, and quite excited to have you. So let's go ahead and get started, okay?
Let's go. Let's go. I'm excited to be here.
Let's go. Let's go. All right. Hi, I'm Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real relevant and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
All right, everyone. Yes, it's the Kim Jacobs Show, and we are here with Casey Towns, who is a business author. He's a business coach, a life coach, you name it. A lot of things that I'm going to be talking to you about regarding him. But he's really retired military veteran, lifetime underdog is what he's called himself. Young single parent, went from broke to a success story in business and helped over 40 people achieve 6- and 7-figure incomes, both through business coaching and networking as a success trainer. So welcome, Casey Towns.
I feel at home. I feel welcome. I'm ready to roll.
All right. All right. Listen, people that are watching today are going to want to know exactly what did you do? What's your journey been like, so that they can know too how to put some missing pieces of the puzzle in their lives together. So take us back and tell us, you said you grew up, where'd you grow up? How did you become interested in military? What branch of the military? Let's go on a roller coaster ride here.
I mean, that's a great place to start, really, because actually my underdog story, and the reason I say underdog is because, in all honesty, I was a very young parent. I became a parent at the age of 15. And when I became a parent at the age of 15, it may be very common today, but it wasn't common when I was 15. And, I might be dating myself, but that's okay. I embrace life. So here's the thing. So many people counted me out. They counted me out of, he's never going to finish school. He's not going to finish, anything to be started because this boy has this baby now. But I was raised by strong parents. My mother was an educator. She was the first woman I ever seen had got a master's degree and then got another master's degree. And that was in the 60s, the late 60s, early 70s. I'd never seen that before. And we came from a place called South Jamaica, Queens, New York, which is kind of an impoverished area, a little inner city impoverished area. So, that's where we were. And my mom, my father was a product of the Depression. He was denied education. He was homeless at 14. So he understood survival. He understood hard work. Yeah, he understood hard work and survival. And my father's had 3 jobs. He had 3 jobs my whole young life. I'm not one of those guys that can say, my father wasn't there. My father was there, but he wasn't present because he was always working.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm the product of those 2 people.
Well, wait. Before because you're saying a whole lot in a short period of time. Okay, so you're a product of some very strong parents that actually had to overcome some things themselves in order to become even who they are today. And your dad, very dedicated worker at home, but just not necessarily present because of him being out of the house. You in turn turned to having a relationship with a young lady and became a father at the age of 15.
Right.
But I hear you saying single parent. What happened?
Well, what happened basically was my parents told me, the bottom line is you're going to take care of your child. And they said, we got you. The village may have turned their back on you, but they really haven't. It just feels like that. But we got you. So my mom, my father, they were there for me and they guided me every step of the way. I had my sister passed away in the 911 situation. She worked across the street. And she got caught up in that and caught cancer, passed away. But my older sister was there for me. My family was there for me. They just surrounded me and said, you're not going to let your son go, and you will be successful at this. So I was surrounded by success thinking people, even then, even when I didn't understand success principles. And I just, did what I had to do and went to school. I was a truant for a while when I was home, cutting classes and becoming a dad. And bottom line was they didn't kick me to the curb. They said, you messed up, but here's the bottom line. You messed up, but you can get up. So, we got up as a family. And my son's mother took care of him. She was a fantastic mom from ages 1 to 10. But when he got about 8 or 9, I was in the military at the time. And, I'd come home, see him and do the things that we do. And she just told me, she said, look, this young man's getting kind of large. He's getting kind of big. It's your turn. You said you'd be there for us. It's your turn. So from 10 on, you got it. So
wait. Okay, that is not.
Yeah, no, it's not traditional.
Wait. Okay, so what you're saying is, listen, he's been my responsibility from ages 1 to 10 while you were out doing your thing in the military. But now he's going to be yours for the rest of your life. So it couldn't be a dual effort. It had to be one or the other.
I mean, it was always dual to a degree, no disregard to dual parenting. It was, but I'm saying he lived with her. And then at the age of 10, I had got an assignment to Anchorage, Alaska, and it just happened to be at that same time. And he came and he lived with me. So I was actually a single parent with child in household. Back during the Miami Vice Cosby era, I remember it very well. And I would go to PTA meetings with my son, and people would say, "Hey, where's his mom?" I said, "She's standing right in front of you." And it was just very non-traditional back then. So, I was thrust into the responsibility light, and I didn't blink. I had to do what I had to do. I had a great son, and my oldest. And his mom did her job, and I had to step up and do mine. So, that's how I got started. So I was an underdog. Everybody counted me out. He ain't gonna make it, but that boy would be lucky if he finishes high school. But I finished high school, and I started junior college. Then I went to the military and finished my went all the way through, got my bachelor's and got my master's, and did the things I needed to do. So, that's the beginning story. That's how it started.
Wow, that's a pretty amazing start. And you showed up there for your son at the parent-teacher conferences, at the events. You became, like everybody gives kudos to moms, but you became the super dad at a very young age.
I mean, I appreciate the kind words. I mean, I didn't consider myself a super dad. I just considered myself a responsible
dad. Okay, well, we'll use your words, a responsible dad. Yeah. And as a result of that, your son has grown under your leadership and under your guidance. And that's done what for him?
Well, he's grown under his mom and my leadership, and also my wife now is his stepmom, which he doesn't look at it like that, but we all love each other.
Okay.
She had a big hand in parenting, and they love each other. So, it was the village again. And my son has gone on to become a flyer. He was a flyer in the Air Force. He was on a flight crew for 22 years. He retired from the Air Force after 22 years. And he's got a family of his own now. He's a personal trainer. He's doing well. So,
well, congratulations to you, to his mom, to his stepmom, which is his mom as well. So to both of his moms and to his dad, I'm super excited and honored to hear his story. What's his name?
His name is Keith.
Keith. Okay. So Keith, we celebrate you. And even though I know you're not being interviewed today, you're like, look, this story is not about me, Dad. Keep it about you. But you're a part of the fabric here. And the
huge piece of the fabric.
Yes. So Keith, we celebrate you today and how God has helped you become who you are as well. So, okay. So now take us on the journey of the military. What caused you went into the military? What branch were you? Tell us about that. How long were you in the military?
Air Force, 21 years.
24.
I met my sweetie now. We've been married 35 years. I met her in the Air Force in Anchorage.
All right.
And I actually got introduced to business in Anchorage.
Okay.
I knew I wasn't staying, so I rented a home. I didn't buy. And while I was in that home, my landlord made a comment to me once. He said, "Hey, I want to take you to this meeting. I want you to meet these important people because I really like you, and I think you're a pretty sharp guy." And I'm like, "What?" I hadn't heard that before. I was like, I'm in the military, right? He said, "Yeah, don't worry about it. There's a lot of people there that are prior military, in the military now." I was like, "Okay, I'll go to the meeting," not knowing what to expect, not understanding or knowing networking or networking. Right. I went. And so, I went and I saw some incredible people that were making 6 and 7 figures in that room. And I'm looking around and I'm like, hey, these people know better than me. The stories they're telling are the same as my story, just in their own way. And I talked to my sweetie, my wife. I said, look, I don't know, but I think we can do this. And she said, of course we could do it. If they could do it, we could do it. Look at these people. They're no different than us. So my belief level was through the roof on what I could achieve. I just, my knowledge of what to do was, minuscule. So I became a student of networking and business. And I was really fortunate and blessed to mentor. Some people saw things in me that I didn't see in myself. And They said, you could be really good at this. And the first thing you got to do is get out your own way. But
that's right.
Yeah.
Get out of your own way. So you're dropping some nuggets here that I want people to hear. One thing you said is you messed up, but you can get up, and then get out of your own way. So as you're teaching us today, because I feel like this is almost like a seminar as a business coach and a life coach, you're teaching us how to get out of our own way instead of just assuming that it is what it is. You could be it is what it is instead of it just being what it is, get out of your own way. I love that. Go ahead.
But you bring up a great point, Kim. And I say that because, I think that life is about education and teaching. My father, who had an 11th grade education, who lived with us the last 8 years of his life, unfortunately, he contracted dementia and he couldn't live by himself. So we brought him here. And I'm in the San Antonio area, Texas. We brought him here. And my father and I was blessed to spend those 8 years with him and really get to know him in terms of what I missed out. But my father's, when I was a young man, used to always tell me things. And I didn't realize that was really the beginning of my business education. But he used to have this saying, whenever things would go bad or I mess up, he said, "Son, most people seek to fail and blame someone else." And I didn't know what that really meant. I'm like, yeah, okay, old man, 1920s you were born. Okay, right. But, as I got older and I grew in business, I started to understand the seek to fail mentality. There's so many people who seek to, they get into business and they'll ask me to coach them or I'll mentor them. And they'll say, what if this all goes away? Before we even get started, we're just getting started. They said, "Well, Casey, what if I don't make it?" I said, "Now you're seeking to fail." What's going to happen is you blame someone for this failure when this whole mentality of success is on you. You can
Wow.
do this if you just set your sail. You know, Jim Rohn says that the setting of the sail is what determines your success. It's everybody, wind blows on everybody, but it's how you set your sail.
Yeah.
The success. So my father was setting my sail early in life, and my introduction to networking during my military career, and it was early in my career. I was only in like 8 years. And my introduction to networking was another sales setting event that was starting to move me towards growth. And we always say in business that once you expand, you can never go back. So as you start to expand in business and you grow, you know, you can't go back because now you know what you know and no one can take that from you.
Wow.
So, yeah, you know, so all these things were starting to impact me. And as I went through my military career, I was getting promoted, and I went up to the senior ranks, and, you know, I had a lot of responsibilities, but I looked at the mentality of the people around me, and so many of them were counting themselves out. And I said, you know what, when I leave the military, I want to work for myself. And I'll never forget when I went to my out processing meeting when I retired, and everybody was in there setting up their great government jobs. And I love that. You know, you should.
Yes.
Everybody, yeah, you should. I respect that. And then some folks asked me, Casey, what you going to do? I said, I'm going to work for myself. I said, come on, man, what you going to do? I'm going to work for myself. They said, well, you know, it became like kind of a ha-ha moment for some people.
Right.
But it inspired me. I was like, all right, okay. It inspired me, you know. So all I'm saying is along the way, and I know I skipped through a couple of years there, but along
that's
the way,
okay. This is good.
yeah, you know, this life thing is traditionally and technically and really teaching us every step of the way if we're willing to hear.
That's right.
Okay, and set the sail.
That's good. So setting the sail, most people seek to fail and blame someone else. But what KC Towns is saying here is we have to learn how to set our sail and be able to be more open-minded, not looking to blame everyone. I love this. I love this. This is such great information. Let's put most people seek to fail and blame someone else, according to KC Towns. And what can people do if that's their mentality, Casey? Like, it's hard for somebody to change who they are. And so when you say, oh, you know, you seek to fail, they may not even know that there's some seeking going on. They may just be like, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is the outcome of what happens. What advice do you give?
I'm so glad you asked. I am, because that's one of the things I love to talk about. And I talk about this in almost all my seminars, my trainings. One of the things that you can do, there's many things you can do, but one of the easiest things you can do is choose to surround yourself with the right people. There's a 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by Dr. John C. Maxwell. It's a book I read early in my networking career. And one of the laws of leadership is called the laws of the inner circle. And the inner circle is the people you surround yourself with, which directly impacts another law, which is the law of the lid. And the law of the lid says that you can never get past the top, okay, the lid of your inner circle group.
Wow.
If that inner circle group doesn't have some people that, you know, have upward mobility capability mentality. In other words, surround yourself with people, you know, who have some positive thoughts. Now, oftentimes when I'm in seminar, I'll be fair. People, especially one-on-ones, people say, Casey, you telling me I got to give up my people, man. Dude, you don't understand. I'm not giving my people up.
Ray and all the boys in front of 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I'm not giving up my people for you. And it's crazy because it doesn't matter what their color is or what their background, their sex. This is women and men. Women will tell me in a minute, don't be asking me to give up people I know. And I'm like, I'm not asking you to do that.
Right.
I'm just asking you, like, when you make chicken, you season it with different seasonings so it comes out correct.
Right.
You don't just put salt or pepper and say, I'm done. You put some, you know, some cayenne pepper, if that's what you do. You put some salt, some oregano, whatever you do, some seasoned salt. Maybe even some sauce, whatever you do, whatever your thing is. But you season the chicken to come out right with different ingredients. The same thing about your inner circle. Your inner circle could be seasoned correctly if you move with different ingredients. That's so that the end result comes out correctly and it tastes right and it ends up right.
Good advice. So the laws of the inner circle are the people that you surround yourself with people that are positive. So not everyone in your group has to be positive, but you need to have some positivity in the group.
Well, let's talk about that, because all of us, we all know, I don't care where you come from, what you do, everybody in your circle is not going to be like, hey, I'm business minded.
Not at all. That's what I'm saying.
Pro success. Some people are like, look, I just want to kick it and watch the game.
Right. You
Don't
keep
bug
all
me
your
about
business stuff over there. When you with me, we just hanging to do this.
Right. And I respect that. There's nothing, family, listen, there's nothing wrong with that. But here's the thing. Who you go to for business advice creates decisions. So, in other words, if you're surrounded by a mixture of people, if you want to hang out and go to the game, like for instance, tonight, my son and I, well, two of my sons, we're going to the game, the Spurs game.
Right.
Got a big game tonight, we're going. And my sons are business minded, they're investment minded, but they want to go hang out.
Right.
I'm like, let's go hang out.
And they don't want to talk business when they hang. They just want to be with dad and just like we just
They
kick it.
definitely
We have a
talk
good
business.
time.
They tell me in a minute, look, stop. Okay.
You're
Tell me in a
doing
minute,
too much. You're doing the most, dad, over there talking business all the time.
Exactly. So if my sons weren't into other things and just want to hang out, then they're my hangout guys. But then when I want to do some Forex investing, I don't go to them because they're
Right.
my hangout guys. I go to my Forex investment specialist, knowledgeable person, because that's the person who's going to give me the good advice so that my lid raises, my capability, my abilities, my results raise, and now I get better results. So again, I'm seasoning myself in terms of my inner circle with the right people.
Really good. Really good. Listen, everyone, we're talking with Casey Towns, who is a business coach, a life coach, and an author. And he's talking to us as an underdog, which he was predicted to be an underdog back when he was 15 years old as he became a single father. And now where he is in life, he's beat the theory, kicked the odds, survived, and overcome all odds. So today we have Casey Towns right here with us. Make sure you tag your friends, your family, your coworkers, and let everybody know that we have this special guest here in today's studio. We're going to learn more right now about our sponsor, which is snowlegal.com. Let's learn more about them now. We'll be right back after this commercial.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, everyone, we're back with Casey Towns, who's a business and life coach, as well as an author and a winner beyond winner regarding coming from being an underdog. But listen, let me tell you, Snow Legal, it's important that you work with a law firm that's willing to go to bat for you. So make sure that when you reach out to them, they are willing to do a free consultation. Let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show did send you their way, and their phone number is 704-358-0026. Again, 704-358-0026. You can also email any questions that you have to info@snowlegal.com. info@snowlegal.com. All right, KC. So you've been saying some serious stuff already. You've transitioned from the military into this whole coaching world. How did you determine what niche you would focus on as a coach?
I kind of didn't. It called me, honestly. I had made some business mistakes. Had incredible success in the networking industry. And here's another underdog story. In 1999, the very beginning of 99, when I was getting ready, I retired in May of 99. And in 99, when I was getting ready to retire, I had been in the industry for a while, bounced around to a couple of companies and, starting to have some success. My name was starting to get around a little bit. People saying, hey, this guy could be pretty good. And I was starting to put me in front of the room, doing presentations, and things were starting to move. And then I got invited to a company which changed my life. And my wife and I enrolled. But here's the kicker. I had 20 years plus in the military. And you may see my face changing because it's kind of a humbling story. And
Yeah.
whenever I tell it, it kind of humbles me. It really does. 20 plus years in the military, getting ready to retire. It cost $250 to enroll in that company.
Okay.
I didn't have it. I didn't have it. I didn't have $250 spare dollars that weren't going to rob Peter, pay Paul, pay bills, this, that. And I'm getting ready to retire. And I realized at this point, I'm like, man, I'm really not ready. I'm not. So I had to borrow the money. And I borrowed it from a couple of people, $250, truth. Borrowed it from a couple of people, and I promised to pay it back, and the money's paid back, of course. But I went from borrowing $250 in 1999 to almost 3 years later walking the stage with my wife as Millionaire Club members. Okay? Folks that had achieved that position. Now, I don't say that it's not all about me. I'm not saying that. We always say in the industry, I'm not saying this to impress you, but to impress upon you. But I really am saying to impress upon you that if an underdog with all those strikes against them could do that. Now, remember, I became a student of the industry. I studied under some of the best. I gave of myself, surrounded my business self with people that had what I wanted, and they were doing the things and achieving the things I wanted to do. So I was learning. But at the same time, they were mentoring me to be a mentor. I didn't even know that. I thought they were just teaching me how to be successful.
Wow.
And I loved the things they were sharing and the impact it was having on humanity, on people. So what happened was I had a lot of success, and I left that company. I left that company making incredible money. Went to another company, and within a month and a half was at 5 figures a month, and broke every record in that company's history along with my business partners. Was doing incredibly well. And then that company folded up its tent in terms of the marketing division. In other words, we don't need anybody else to sell our products. We're going to do it ourselves.
Wow.
So, yeah. So the ledge, they pulled I was on the ledge. They pulled the building out from underneath me.
Oh my gosh.
They just made an announcement. We were getting ready to go into a meeting. There was a meeting that night. And one of the other leaders called me and said, "Hey, did you hear?" I was like, "Well, I'm supposed to have a meeting myself." Like, they stopped it. So I was kind of forced to figure it out. So first thing I did was I got out the industry completely, and I started a life insurance. I got my life insurance license, and I marketed life insurance, and I started, my business, and I did very well. But in all honesty, it didn't keep my attention long. I didn't like working for someone else. I don't know what's beeping and doing all that around here, but I'll stop it. Okay. But
don't worry, this is Balancing Life. This show is about how people balance things. So you can answer if you need to. I'll go to a commercial break. Go to the background. It's all good.
No. We're good. So although that's weird, I had it on vibrate and it spoke.
It's like, oh no, this call right here gonna get through.
And it did. Okay, so here's the thing. I just had to do something. I didn't really like working. I didn't like working for, I was part of a firm. I didn't like working for a firm. I didn't like having to go all the way back to the beginning, even though the money was incredible. I didn't like going back to the beginning. And that's really when it locked in with me that it really is more than just money with me. It's about what I really want to do with the rest of my life. And at that time, a couple people asked me, "Oh man, please, I know the industry. You've had incredible success." I was like, okay. I said, well, we can, I didn't even know what I was doing. We can sit down and we can have a cup of coffee and of course, we know that's not how it's done. But I started sitting down and having a cup of coffee, and some other people started joining us, and everybody's hanging on my every word. And I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute. You selling yourself short. You're not doing what you need to do. You need to do a little homework and figure out how this mentorship thing can become your thing. So I started in 2014. I started my company, caseytowns.com. Okay. So what is that? You can go to the website, caseytowns.com, TOWNES.com. And I got a great web developer. At first I didn't. And the site really kind of crashed and burned. My logo was my tagline was where the underdog is always expected to win. But I put too much time on the tagline. I had pictures of underdog and all this stuff, and people were like, well, are you a cartoonist? Are you what do you do? So again, I had to season my meat a little different. I had to get a few more different flavors in there. So I met my web developer, an incredible gentleman out of Milwaukee, but I had known him from one of the companies I was in.
Here, I'm gonna go to the wait a minute, I'm gonna go to your website. Give me a second here.
Okay.
Wait, don't leave before you get the free video series, huh? I ain't leaving. Oh, wait.
We give away a lot.
Oh, okay, this is good. Okay. But wait a minute. I'm like, no, I'm not leaving anywhere. Hold on. I'm gonna take people to the, and then you can tell us what we're seeing.
Okay.
I'll share the audio too, just in case you want me to play anything. All right, we're gonna go right to caseytowns.com right now. And here we are. Okay.
Okay, so that's the intro. We give away a free video series so that people can really lock into my style, the principles. Matter of fact, we're getting ready to update that. We're getting ready to do a brand new series in about a month and a half. In July, we'll be coming out with a brand new series. The whole website will be updated and changed. But those are some folks that are just, those are folks that have been on my show. I do a show once a month called Night with Giants.
Oh, nice. I saw that. Yeah, I was listening to your videos. This is awesome.
So we have Night with Giants. Those are some of the most successful people in the industry, also in entertainment. We've had actors on. We have political pundits on from MSNBC, CNBC. Got just a network of people. These are some leaders. The gentleman on the right that you see there, he played Suge Knight in Notorious. He's on The Family on BET. That's Sean Ringgold. The gentleman to his left and his wife, Dan Higginson, they owned a company I was a part of. The gentleman next to that and his wife, Johnny and Rachel Davis, are just incredible leaders in networking. And the gentleman to the left of them, so I'm going right to left. I'm reading Arabic style, right to left. That gentleman and his wife, they're the owners of a company that I trained with. So, you know, they wanted to give a shout out, so we put it on the site. If you keep going down, you'll see some of the posts, some of the videos, things I've done, places I've taught and trained. Some of my video series are there, and we just got a network of things that are on the site that a person can just grab without having to pay any money, can just grab and run with, and then decide if they want to lock in and have me train and talk to their team, their group, or whatever the case may be. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you so much for taking us there. All right. So listen, everyone, we're talking to Casey Towns. He's a business life coach and an author. And basically what he's saying is we can not worry about making a bunch of excuses. We can actually come up with some type of way to win, no matter how much of an underdog you are in life. And so you've experienced multiple companies that you succeeded in, all of them, actually. Even the one that yanked everything from under you, you were on your way to success with that one, doing very well. 5-6 figures is what you were saying. How do people that are watching today that may be in an underdog status in their lives connect with some type of company, regardless of which one it might be? How do they even determine where to begin their search so that they can have some level of success if they don't have $250?
Great question. I can tell you this. My book, Ready, Set, Network. It's new. It's on Amazon. You can get it on Amazon, Ready, Set, Network. In my book, I made my book easy to read. It's 86 pages, but it's designed for you not to want to put it down. Okay? It's designed to get through it quickly, but not want to put it down. In the book, I go through the decisions people make, 7 simple chapters to talk about everything. We call it from ink to faint. We go through everything from the decision you make, how to make the decision, picking your company. We talk about trust. Who do you trust? Who trusts you? We talk about so many things that have everything to do with making a decision, a solid decision, a decision that can be life-changing and lifelong. And this is $14.95. I didn't want to charge anybody a whole lot. I just wanted to make it accessible, and I wanted to make it something that could help. And we have gotten so much positive feedback. The book's only been out since February. We've gotten so much positive feedback. And the second book is coming soon, View from the 10th Floor. My second book, we're working on that now, that talks about mid-level management. Once you get in the industry, decisions that you make to go to the penthouse, to go to the top. So it's all about giving back. But I'm going to be upfront with you. And I'm not just trying to sell books. Obviously, I'm not going to get wealthy, $14.95. But, you can get wealthy. You read this book, and it's going to help you. The other thing is 30-day money-back guarantee. If something you think is not correct in the book, hey, we'll just give you your money back.
Wow. Okay. So listen, we have the link in all of the different platforms. Thank you so much, Shannon, who's putting everything backstage for me. And so the Amazon link is right here in the comment section. All you have to do is click on that. It'll take you right to Amazon. It should be massive orders being placed today. Only $14.95 right through Amazon. I'm sure it's going to be a best-selling book. And as he said, he's not getting rich from the book, but hopefully you will be able to obtain wealth according to what he's sharing, the tips that he's sharing in his book. So we're talking with K.C. Towns. He's a business coach, a life coach, and an author. And we're going to take a moment to go to a flash round. Now, what that means, K.C., is we give the studio audience a chance to ask any specific questions because people have their own questions. Or they want to send shout outs. They just want to say encouraging words. So right now is our time for our flash round, and we're going to go and do that now. So if you haven't typed your comments, go ahead and take a moment to do so, and we'll get to it. Okay. Focus James says, hey, Kim and KC, how are you? And Focus referred you. So, hey.
Focus, how are you? Hopefully that you're well. And I know you had a little challenge lately. Hopefully you're getting better. Look forward to speaking to you soon.
Yes, looking forward to your Focus, and also continue to refer people to the show as well. Dr. Kathy Griffin Famble says, oh, Kim, we are so sorry of your bishop's, which is my dad, transition. He passed his beautiful spirit through his family. Yes, he definitely did. My dad definitely did that. Okay, Wandra Audrey, Mother Wandra said, good morning. Thank you so much, Mother Wandra, for your prayers as well. You're so supportive, and I appreciate you. Okay, let's go to see who else had a comment. Carol says, I like that. You messed up, but you can get up. Yes, she likes that. We're glad you're in the studio audience today, Carol. So glad to have you here. And listen, all of you that are in the studio audience, I appreciate you being a part of the Kim Jacobs Show. It's you that makes the show what it is. So without you and your participation, I wouldn't have a show, wouldn't have great guests like K.C. Towns. So thank you for being here each and every day. And I really, truly appreciate you. Okay, let's see. Make sure you invite your friends and family and coworkers. Make sure that they get the opportunity to be in the virtual studio audience with you. K.C. Towns said in one of the previous comments, if most people fail because they actually look to blame someone else in everything that they do. So just keep that in mind as well as one of the takeaway points here today. And he also said that the laws of the inner circle are the people you surround yourself with, people who have positive thoughts. It's important. Yes, very important. Okay, Dr. Yolanda Jerry says, good morning. And she has a new book released called My Walk Past Hell. So if you haven't gotten your copy, go to Amazon and get it. My Walk Past Hell is 30 authors that are part of that anthology, and they're sharing how they've walked past hell. Shannon Hancock, who is on my team, the Kim Jacobs Show team, she's one of the contributing authors. So please make sure you go and get a copy of that book. You'll hear Shannon's story in there as well. All right. Let's see. Any more comments? Any more comments coming in? Yeah, I don't want to leave anybody out. Congratulations on your book.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your success with your company and everything that you're doing, Dr. Yolanda Jerry said. God is good. Yes, yes, he is.
Congratulations to you too.
And also thank you, Dr. Jerry, to you and all of your team on the My Walk Past Hell for the beautiful flower arrangement that you all sent in honor of my father's homegoing. It is gorgeous, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. And Vicki Linnell Evans, who is a playwright, and she is a director of the performance, The Gift, and it is a gospel musical called The Gift. Thank you so much too, Vicki. I want to just personally say thank you. I saw the most beautiful flower arrangement. It was on a nightstand from you and your cast at my dad's homegoing. So I just want to say thank you all for considering me and my family during this time of bereavement. So come on now, be a student of those who can impact your life so that you can impact others, is her comment. Wow. Forced to figure it out. The mantra of a trailblazer. That's what you did, Casey. You want to speak to any of these things? Feel free.
You know, as my AC in my house just stopped working, I'm in here wiping myself because we just built a home and we moved in, and my studio's in my home. So we don't have the AC thing down pat yet. So I guess somebody hit heat. So I got heat blowing on me, and it's 85 degrees right now.
That is so hilarious.
So, okay. So family, just work with me. I'm going to be patting and matting. So, but here's the thing. Forced to figure it out is a good thing. And I want to say something to the parents that are with us today. We got to be willing to do that with our youth too, because it's not just about business. I do life coaching too. It's not just about business. Sometimes we get an emotional hiccup about the decision to force our youth, our children, the people that we're looking after, to figure out their next step. We want to do everything for them. I know that we had an event recently, and we had a young lady in our new home, and it was one of the first events we had here. Matter of fact, it was, and she's like in 7th grade, and her mom is like cutting her food up, and and she's like, I can't figure out how to do this. I can't figure out how to do this. And like some of the women were like, girl, just go ahead and jump in there and do it. If you make a mistake, don't worry about it. We're right here for you. Her mom come leaping across the daggone counter and doing everything. She's not being forced to figure anything out. So her growth pattern is stagnated. She's approaching almost everything like that. When she has a decision to make in life, her stagnation shows, not her growth. So it's not just a business thing. Business is life. Life is business. Networking is life. Life is networking. And I hear people say, oh, I don't like those networkers. I mean, hey, the biggest sell you make is when you sell yourself. When you try to sell yourself, you sell your boss on the fact that you deserve a raise. You're selling yourself. You're networking. So allow our youth to network. Allow them to network through some of their challenges too. And that's just something I've dealt with recently that I wanted to share. But yeah, forced to figure it out is a good thing.
I love it. I love that comment and that advice to parents as well. And that's really wise advice. Okay. Hillary Gooden says, good morning from Chicago, all the way from Chicago. So glad to have you here, Hillary.
One of my favorite places. One of my favorite places.
She says, season my meat differently. Yes.
There you go.
Great comments coming through. Okay. Family pioneers. Yes. Really good comments, guys. You can definitely keep your comments coming as well. And somebody said the biggest safe use. Oh, wow. Yeah. The biggest sell. Hillary said the biggest sell you sell is yourself. I love it. Love it. She loves that comment.
That's right.
All right, everybody. Listen, today's episode is also sponsored in part by Hunter Everidge Law Firm. Now, you can definitely reach out to them as well and let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you. I'm giving you 2 different attorneys that you can reach out to that I feel very comfortable sending you their way. With Snow Legal there in the South Carolina and the actual Charlotte area, and with Hunter Everidge Law Firm, they are here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they're also in the Richmond, Virginia area. Make sure that you do let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. And I've also had some personal experience with these places. So I'm not just telling you to go places that I don't feel comfortable sending you to. 704-377-9157. Again, 704-377-9157. And you can ask for Attorney Everidge, or you can ask for Attorney Hunter if you're going to be reaching out to the Richmond area. So let's learn more about Hunter Everidge Law Firm now.
When someone has lost a loved one, they want to know what exactly happened. They want to know, is the other person going to be held responsible? And they want closure. At Hunter and Everett, we help clients that have lost a loved one move on, and to do that with dignity and respect that they deserve.
Okay, everyone, we are speaking today with Casey Towns right here on the Kim Jacobs Show, and he's talking to us, really dropping some significant, helpful information. And listen, if you all love the kind of content that comes through the Kim Jacobs Show, throughout the entire broadcast, you'll see a link that's scrolling below that are ways that you can support the Kim Jacobs Show. So you can capture that information and support in any way that you deem appropriate through your online contributions. That's the only way that the show stays on the air, is if you're able to provide some level of support. So no matter how big or small, all of it makes a difference in keeping the show thriving. So there you have that as well. So Casey, talk to us some more about your coaching and advice that you give people that are watching today. Because I mean, people I know are taking vigorous, they're taking notes. They're like, they're trying to really figure this thing out. Is there like a formula or a strategy, or if you don't do anything else, do this? Is there something like that that you can say to today's studio audience?
I'll drop a few things for you. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my email address, because there might be someone that needs coaching or whatever the case may be, just some advice in business. But you can reach me at KC, just the letters KC like Kansas City, at kctowns.com. That's my email, kc@kctowns.com. So
we'll have that set up in a minute too. Okay.
Thank you so much. A couple of things that I want you to know. In terms of the trail that you decide to follow, okay, this is my belief. Now, each coach has a little bit, we're all kind of universal, but there's some differences in how we start you and how you end your story, because the story doesn't end till life ends. So it's an ongoing story. It's a forever story. So, because I said, once again, networking, business is life. So when you get started, it's important to make sure, if you're going to take advice, and this is in the book, that you take advice from somebody that has what you want or is working for what you want. So often we take advice from the people that are accessible and handy. Your best friend, you just say, what do you think about me getting into business? Girl, you ain't never done no business. You do hair. Hair is business. So the person's not with you right off the bat. Now you might be doing hair from home, but that's business. That's your business. Okay. You might be cutting hair as a barber from home. You're on the road. You're on the road. So make sure you ask the right person. Okay. If you buy my advice, you buy my lifestyle. That's the other thing I want to share with you. So often we ask people what they think. Casey said, I can make $1 million doing this. What you think, Eddie? And Eddie is not at the $1 million level. Eddie has never made 6 figures. I'm not knocking him, but he's not qualified to tell you how to make 7. So you're asking somebody that's never made 6 figures how you can make 7. He's not the person to go to. He's not there's something's wrong with Eddie. Eddie's a great guy, but he's just not qualified to give you business advice. So when you start, I always say launch, don't start. You want to start something, go start your car. We in business, launch. We're going to launch. So if you're going to launch your business, make sure that you put your rocket on a launch pad, okay, and not in a parking space.
I love it.
Yeah, ask somebody that's got the experience, the knowledge, or is working, actively in what you're doing. It doesn't have to be network marketing. You might want to start a print shop. Ask somebody who's done that before, or at least had a business before, a static business. Mabel has an ice cream shop. It's not a print shop, but Mabel knows some of the things that you're going to need, like insurance, employees, furnishing for your office. You've never done that. Mabel's more than qualified to talk to you about how to get started, places to go. Hey, there's a place down in, like here, there's a place in Austin, Texas, where you can get used office furniture. How do you know that, Casey? Because I'm in business. I know that because I've had a static business, and people with a static business advised me.
That's so good.
I didn't go to my best friend who is cool, but never been in business. Okay. So make sure that you fish from the right pond. Make sure you go to the right place and ask the right questions.
And let me tell you guys, make sure you email KC at kctowns.com. It's right here on the screen. And you can ask some very specific questions to him about the type of business that you're doing. He may be like he's talking about being successful in the networking capacity, but business in all different areas are available to you, and you can be specialized in whatever niche area that you're specialized in to be successful. So you will need to get coaching by a coach in that particular industry. Like I'm doing multiple business ventures right now, and what I do is I get coached by the experts in that particular field. I don't go and just get coached by someone else in another field for that specific industry, because it's not, you may not know that industry just like I don't know that industry. That's why I'm getting the coaching. So we're both in the same boat. We're just having a conversation. It's a big difference between a conversation and being coached by somebody that's doing what you're wanting to do.
Excellent. I should turn this over to you.
No, we're in this together. We're in this.
Excellent. Now, one other thing I do want to share. As you launch your business, don't run from the obstacles. Obstacles are designed to make you stronger. They're not designed. So many times people take it personal. Man, I was doing so good, and then all of a sudden, this guy gonna have the nerve to tell me no. Right. Okay, I mean, you're closer to a yes. Everything depends on your mindset. The other thing is personal development. The no's are designed to get you closer to a yes. How do I know that? Personal development. I've developed my mind. I've surrounded myself with authors and books and people who have the knowledge that I need to get me where I need to go. PD, personal development. Much of what I do is grounded in personal development. So PD is the thing. So PD will also get you past those hurdles. And they're coming, I'm telling you. A buddy of mine used to tell me way back when I was in the military, good friend of mine named Dr. Steve Holmes. Dr. Holmes used to tell me, he used to say, KC, things going pretty good for you? I said, yeah, Dr. Holmes, they are. He said, listen, you feeling good? I said, yeah, I'm feeling good. He said, let me just share one thing with you. I said, what's that, Dr. Holmes? He said, clouds are coming. What you going to do? And I would say, I call him Steve too. Hey, Steve, why you want to rain on my parade? He said, no. Parades still take place in the rain. Are you going to be part of the successful parade that goes through rain or shine? Or are you going to be one of those, only pleasant day parades where you don't march and you don't get exposure unless everything is perfect? And I mean, again, I didn't understand it then, but it was one of those life lessons. Business is life, life is business, business networking, networking is life and business. It just happens when it happens. So the information, this is where we came in. The training is going to happen. It just happens extemporaneously. It just happens.
That's good.
You just have to be willing to accept it.
I love it. This is just a great conversation I'm having with KC Towns as my guest today here on the Kim Jacobs Show. He's a business coach, life coach. He's also an author, and his book is available on Amazon. We put that in the comment sections for you. He's willing to have you definitely follow him on all of his social media platforms, which are listed here. And you can also email him directly at kc@kctowns, and that's with an E in there, kctowns.com. Okay. I see you too, Chantel. So glad to have you here in the studio audience. I miss you when you're not here. So make sure you tune in every day. It does make a difference when you're here. Okay. Also, Johanna, thank you so much for being here. And I appreciate each and every one of you that are here in the studio audience. I don't acknowledge you. If I don't acknowledge you, it's only because you didn't type a comment. Just saying, hey, hi, I'm here, something. I've signed in, anything. And I'll be happy to acknowledge your comment. Okay. And I know you over there in the heat box. I
am. But it's all good. My body's adjusted. I'm fine now. I'm fine.
Okay. So we're just having a really good conversation with someone who was considered an underdog when if you're just tuning in, he was 15 years old, became a single parent at a very early age, has raised his son along with the mom and stepmom. Oh, I gotta pull this up right quick. Shannon, they working back there. Is this a picture of your lovely?
Oh, they are working.
Yes, Shannon and Mackenzie back there.
Yeah, that's us.
And you've been married for how long?
35 years, 35 great years.
Oh, and that's awesome. Awesome. So what's the best part of marriage from your perspective? Tell us something beautiful.
I'm going to tell you something hard and beautiful.
Okay.
In the middle of the 35, no, at 28, we split up. Just cohesion wasn't there. We split it for 3 years. Again, underdog. Most people would say, "Oh, you split up for 3 years. You forget it, because now you got your social lives." But the Creator brought us back together. And the beautiful thing is, it's stronger now than it ever was. It's stronger now in year 35 than it was in year 28. And the other thing is, the beauty of having that significant other is, the whisper of greatness. When my father got sick in 2006, and the doctor called us from New York and said, "Hey, he can't live by himself. He's in my office. He doesn't even know how to get home." How long has he lived in New York? I was like, 80 years. And he's only a half hour from your office. She said, "Well, he's sitting out here and doesn't know how to get home. Somebody's got to go get him." It was my wife that said, "Go get your dad." We got 7 bedrooms. We had a huge home, 7 bedrooms in his house. Our youngest son was getting ready. He had just got a football scholarship to Jackson State. He's getting ready to leave. She said, "Listen, go get your daddy." And, me, I was thinking, I don't really know him, she's like, "I don't care if you know him or not, go get him." She said, "It would be sinful for us to have all this and not share it with your father." And it was the biggest blessing I could ever have. So in the middle of all that happens, great things happen if you listen to the whispers, and the marriage has been just fantastic. We look for 35 more years of prosperity. I do want to share with you a project that I'm doing, that I'm involved in.
Yes.
Okay. Focus James and I are in the very beginning stages of putting together our own talk show, our own morning talk show. Focus and KC in the morning.
Focus and KC in the morning. Yes.
Yeah, and we're excited about that. We are. So I'm throwing those nuggets out for you, because we're in the beginning stages. We still have a lot of work to do. As you know, it's a lot of work. And we're looking at launching the show around late June, July-ish. And, I'm excited about working with Focus. She is such a trailblazer, such a taskmaster, and such an incredibly sharp person. So, steel sharpens steel, and it's only going to make me better. And I just feel, it's funny, because as I progress through life, I feel young. I feel younger. And my ability to relate to young people has only increased and improved. So millennials, Gen Z, I love you guys, especially for what you did in terms of the marches and all the protests, what they call protests, but what they call civil disobedience and unrest. You were civilly correct. And I am so proud of Gen Z and millennials for standing up to the establishment and establishing that we won't have it. So
I'm proud as well.
We're going to represent them. So I know we're getting ready to wrap it up, but
let me say this before you finish, because this is a good coaching moment. And you may not know this, but I can coach you and Focus in this area. I actually offer a 4 and 8 week masterclass that teaches people how to start their own show from scratch. So everything that you need to know from A to Z, at least everything that I know for sure, I actually pour that into you. We do 4 one-hour sessions together, or you can work at your own pace in the 8-week online course, where you get a chance to see me and a client or clients working together as I help build their show from scratch. Okay. And so you can go to kimjacobsconsulting.com for anyone that's interested in learning more about how to create your own show from scratch. And so that's a very befitting situation.
Tim, I love it. Did you hear that though? Just now, did you hear it? Did you hear my lid raising?
I heard it.
My lid raised because my inner circle, you, just seasoned my meat better, and we're gonna grow. Yeah, we're gonna definitely connect with you on that. I love it. Thank you.
Awesome. So prepare to get your final thought ready as far as what you want everyone to know and that takeaway thing. And I am going to since we're talking about this for a quick second, I want to make sure that I give everyone else a chance to know what you'll learn if you take advantage of the 4 and 8 week course that's being offered right here through the Kim Jacobs Show. Hey everyone, I'm Kim Jacobs, and I'm so excited to go on this journey with you. You and I are going to have a great time as you go through this course on how to create your own online show from scratch. Everything that you need to know from A to Z, everything that I know anyway, I'm going to pour it into you. We're going to have a great time talking about what should your show even be called? Who's going to be your guest? How do you identify your target audience? How do you be able to get your studio audience engaged? What type of lighting should you use? All kinds of things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the different platforms that you should use. We're going on this journey together. So go ahead and grab your virtual seats and let's get ready to rock and roll and have a great experience as you learn how to create your own online show from scratch. All right, everyone, we are back with Casey Towns, my guest, who's provided such insightful information on today's episode. And Casey, as we prepare to close, I want to make sure people get a chance to know how to stay connected with you, which we are going to pop that information back up again. And here's how you stay connected with him. Casey at Casey Towns. That's TOWNES.com for those that are podcast listeners. And you can also follow him on Facebook at Casey Towns and Casey Towns Trainings, as well as on Instagram at Casey_Towns_1. So tell us the final takeaway point.
There's so many, but what I will say is this. Always remember, everyone, it's been my pleasure being here, first of all. And Kim, I kind of saved this for the end. Condolences and nothing but love to you and your family.
Thank you so much.
That's first and foremost. But it's been my pleasure to be here this morning. It's a great show. I love the show. But remember, the speed of the leader determines the pace of the pack. And the leader is influential in impacting so many people. That's who you are. Even if you're a mom at home and you're saying, I don't do business, you still impact so many people. When you go to the playground with your kids and you give that advice, you're impacting people.
Yeah.
Just remember, if you're going to reach out to me, we're going to talk about so much that you may take for granted, like who you are is where you were when. In other words, the decisions you make in life are dependent on where you've been, what you've done, and the people you've met along the way. We'll talk about all that. So I look forward to hearing from you. But most important, I hope I've been able to pour into you today. I hope I've been able to give back. And I'm glad you took notes. Always trust a short pencil to a long memory. I'm glad you took notes, and I'm glad to be here with Miss Kim Jacobs, an incredible leader and an incredible person in terms of changing lives. So Kim, it's been my pleasure.
Oh, well, it has been my pleasure to have you. My first episode back since, I've taken some time regarding my dad. And I do just want to put a few pictures up in loving memory of my father. And everybody thought he looked like Fred Sanford and he walked like George Jefferson. You could not tell my daddy nothing. He was like, hey. He was on a mission. So, and very, very wonderful, impactful man. And I'll share more things about my life and journey with him. I also interviewed my dad here on the Kim Jacobs Show, which was one of the biggest honors I could probably have ever had. And so I'll make sure that I replay that episode as well. But just want to say thank you all again that you helped me celebrate my dad's life here on the Kim Jacobs Show. It's just, I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. And all of the love that you all showed us. And this is his wife of 30 something years as well, and stood by his side. My mom obviously was married to him when I was younger and they got divorced, but this is his wife that was with him for many years. All right. So I just want to say again, thank you so much. Also keep the Mann family in your prayers. Bishop Lauren Mann transitioned home to be with the Lord as well. And he preached my son's homegoing. My son, Gabriel Michael Jacobs, he preached his homegoing. And they're going to be laying him to rest within the next few weeks. So keep him and his family in prayer as well. Hey, make sure you guys, we also have Mother's Day. So I just got to send a shout out to my mother-in-law. And, my mother-in-law has been I've known her since I was 18 years old, and I celebrate her. And I'm so excited that we had a chance to celebrate her yesterday and just pour some extra love on her. And then I also was able to celebrate my mommy. And my mommy is the best gift in the world on this side of the earth. I cannot thank God for a better gift than the gift that he gave me with her being designated to be my mom. I cannot tell you of a better person that could ever have a dream come true for a mother. My mom is the best jewel, the best gift in life that any parent could ever, any child could ever have. And of course, I'm a mom of 5 children myself. And so my children showered me with love yesterday as well. And I'm so honored to have the opportunity to be their parent. And you see Gabriel over there in the corner as well. I'm just so honored to be their mother. They all did different things for me. Ivan made me some avocado and with pesto eggs and did some type of he's on this big protein kick because he's lost 91 pounds. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna want that. That thing was so delicious. Then they did homemade cards and flowers, and they pitched in and getting me some AirPod Pro or something like that. Anyway, you know, Frankie knew it down to the dollar. He's like, that's $220. He was like, Mom, why you gotta say the dollar amount, Frankie? He was like, I need a group effort on this. So anyway, they just showered me with love. And then I had some prayer time with Jayla. We went into her private prayer closet and talked about the book of Matthew. These are things that I don't take for granted, to be able to have this opportunity to be their parent, their mommy. And it's a gift from God. So everyone, hey, celebrate your family, your love, the people that God has blessed you with in your life, and don't take it for granted. Just, you know, life is short, as we can see. My dad passed away right in front of me. And so I guess it's a blessing to have that honor, but it's also, it's like, dog, you know, I hate that it had to happen. But if y'all see me doing the most, and I'm serious, like the most on the show, is going to be because of the fact that now I really have this philosophy that if my 12-year-old son can pass away, if my 96-year-old grandma can pass away, my 78-year-old grandma, and then my 71-year-old dad, that's all different ages of the spectrum. You don't know when your time is up on this earth. So do everything you can to use every gift and every talent and every impactful moment that you can to change a person's life, because all of us are put here for a purpose. So I know I'm going completely off KC Towns, but today is my first day back. And I am just like, oh my gosh, y'all can ready to see a whole ramp up here on the Kim Jacobs Show. So if you're going to go on this journey with me, get ready to put your seatbelt on, because we're going on a ride for real. Trust me. So thank you, KC, for being my guest today.
My pleasure. And I hope that you'll be my guest on Night with Giants. Hint, hint, clue, clue. Coming up soon, because we have got to have your story. I mean, and it's 9:00 Eastern time. It's on a Wednesday each month. So you have a nighttime story. So I look forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it. Where can people get the nighttime? It's Wednesdays. What is it on your Instagram and your Facebook, right?
Facebook and Instagram, you'll see it. Matter of fact, we're in negotiation right now. We didn't do it last month. Negotiation right now for the next show with some actors and actresses in the Hollywood area. So they got it. As soon as they close down production, they'll let us know we can do this. But I'd love to have you on next month. I'm putting it out there. I'd love to have you on in June. I think it's the third week in June, that Wednesday at 9:00 Eastern. But you'll see. Just tune into KC Towns on Facebook. Hit me up, and it's been my pleasure to be here. I'd love to come back. It has been my pleasure.
Thank you so much, KC. Thank you all to the studio audience as well. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you haven't done that, take a moment to do it today. Go right to Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Subscribe, turn on that notification bell to all, and you will be right here in the studio audience when we go live Monday through Friday at 11:00 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just so you know, for the rest of the week, what's happening, we have guests that are coming on, and I'll pop this on and then we're going to disconnect here. We have Carrie and Hilliard. She's a visionary and an author. She's going to be talking to us about parenting on purpose. I may not be doing this in the right order, but this is what's happening this week. You can transform your health and your peace. That's happening with Hillary Gooden, and she's a vibrant life coach. We're going to be talking about bossing up during divorce. How do you boss up during divorce with Travis Michelle? So we're going to be talking about these things throughout this week. And then we have Freestyle Friday coming up with some of our experts right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Everybody, listen, that's the show that we have for you today. We have to get off this air. And KC Towns, thank you so much again for being my guest today. You've made it a true joy. God bless you. And stay put. I'll talk to you backstage, okay?
Okay.
All right, everybody. Have a great one. See you tomorrow at 11:00 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11:00 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim J.